been pumping. Not 5 grams. Each and every time you take a coffee, you give 2-3 grams of glucose. You just eat anything, idli, dosa, or in fact, if you find these Americans and Europeans eating what they are eating, you will be just, it is obnoxious. Obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious. Tons and tons of sugar pumped in. And what does this body do? Poor body. You needed only 5 grams. In fact, 5 grams of glucose to be converted to carbon dioxide, every fellow needs to walk 1 hour to 1.5 hours. Just 5 grams of glucose, blood glucose to be completely utilized, every human body needs to walk 1.5 hours. So, how much have we put in a day's coffee, tea, 4 times, 5 times coffee, and if you drink one Pepsi or Coke or this, 40 grams of sugar. That means within 2 minutes, you pump into your blood 25 grams of glucose. Adu saldo, we don't have enough. We want sweets. Gulab jamun, Mysore pak, donuts, ice cream, loaded with sugar, loaded with sugar. So totally per day I have calculated, simple, very, very poor person also, if you just see their food going in, minimum of 75 to 80 grams of glucose. So if you need 1.5 hours to consume 5 grams of glucose, or consume, I mean, convert it into carbon dioxide, we have 75 grams. How many hours should we walk every day? Minimum of 15 hours per day. If you walk, then blood doesn't have, that means no one is walking. In fact, in 1950, average human being was walking 18 to 20 kilometers. Now they don't walk 0.2 kilometers. So what is happening? We have tons and tons of glucose left in the blood. So body has to do something to do. So it only knows how to produce cholesterol, how to make triglycerides, how to make rheumatic factor, how to make fat, how to make meat. So it's immediately stopped all the other functions because there is an emergency here. I have to take it, and emergency all the time. It's not Indira Gandhi emergency that went away somehow. No, this is emergency for the last 40 years. Every human body, every minute is facing glucose is more glucose. Glucose is needed, but how much? We are pumped in. Every day pumping, every minute found in large quantities. Oh God, what do I do? Oh, convert this into cholesterol, convert this into triglyceride, convert the rheumatic factor, started pumping and just throw it away, push it there. So all places. Now you have rheumatism, you have uric acid, you have arthritis, you have triglycerides. No problem. This is a disease. I will give you a tablet. Take it. How long? Lifelong. Because no doctor wants to tell you stop sugar. No doctor in the world till today said your BP. What is BP? Blood pressure. Why did it come? Because sugar is so, blood vessels have been depositing all these materials and the blood is not flowing. The moment you put sugar, more sugar in water, it becomes thick. The blood itself becoming thick, so it is not moving. Oh, pressure. No problem, I will give you blood thinner. Hey, you guys are eating too much salt, that's why you have BP. So all the doctors in the world keep telling because of salt. No doctor in the world says BP is because of sugar. No doctor in the world till today has told the sugar is the main enemy. It is the sugar that is causing BP. It is the sugar, that excess sugar that is making you fat. Everyone started becoming fat. Now obesity is another disease. All at a sudden obesity became disease because they don't know what to do with this glucose. Excess glucose becomes fat, meat, then everything became bigger and bigger and bigger. In fact, the same principle they used started making meat on chicken, pigs, cows, billions of cows on this planet now. Because this is not enough feeding you, we will feed the animals and start eating the meat. So all at a sudden, meat eating became very, very important, because unless you consume in 8 times more, if you start eating only rice and wheat, we are producing too many things there. They convert it into concentrated forms. So all at a sudden in the 80s to 90s, this meat industry became. So it is pigs, it is cows. And all at a sudden we started having H1N1, H5N1, mad cow disease. Match the following. And then the doctors keep saying, oh, we don't know how to take care of this. These are all infectious diseases. You got to be careful. We will prepare vaccines, no problem. No, keep running, big projects. All at a sudden vaccination industry being, oh, everyone, before the baby comes out, I have 21 vaccinations ready, one after the other. And to the extent that it is now made compulsory. Do we need all this nonsense? Absolute nonsense, absolutely unscientific, but governments are forced. All these doctors, health industry they call it, is actually a sickening, sick industry. One after the other they start lying, because these guys are all bought up with suitcases in the name of corruption in India, in the name of lobbying in the other countries. No difference. See how simple thing like this has been transformed into this big business profit making. Well, you all become sick, we'll make money. So this is the reason why we are all sick, not God or hereditary. So the simple thing is, food should give us energy, but how? In a slowly and steady form. So glucose has to be completely regulated. Here we have unregulated dumping, and that is your food now. So when you dump something, what it is? It is shit. Am I right? So same thing, if given slowly and steadily, becomes energy. If you dump too much of anything, becomes poison. So now we have converted the so-called food into poison. That's why I call sugar, milk, even water slow poisons. So the whole human race has been slowly being poisoned in the name of food, in the name of milk, in the name of egg, in the name of meat, in the name of science, in the name of progress. And no doctor is bothered, no scientist is bothered, no politician is bothered, no one cares. There is mayhem created in the human health and no one cares, and they start making money out of it. So the human heart is pumping this so-called thickened blood. Oh, you have BP. Take tablet, lifelong. I will give you blood thinner, I will give you dilators. So you have another chemical. Now the body doesn't know what to do with this excess glucose, ultimately puts everything on the hemoglobin itself. That becomes HbA1c. So HbA1c, hemoglobin glycosylated, should be 6. Now because we have so much glucose, after pumping out various things, after having BP, after having rheumatism, if not the other way around, you first get diabetes because HbA1c became 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the blood is completely poisoned. Sugar, glucose, is actually life giver, but given in extra and uncontrolled way is the poison. So no doctor actually can just believe how, see, salt, sodium is required to distribute water wherever it is necessary. And just imagine if your wife puts without knowledge second time salt for a sambar, will you eat? You will throw it and go on out and eat. The same wife puts more sugar to your gulab jamun. Oh, Hemavati, very nice. Bring me another. So, do you eat sugar more or salt more? But then these doctors tell, sugar is the cause of your BP. But no doctor till today tells you it is sugar which is important problem and nothing else. It is sugar, it is sugar, it is sugar. Oh, am I sounding like TV9? Let me say 9 more times. Sugar, 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 sugar. It is the sugar that is making the meat, the chickens, the pigs, and to make this meat in large quantities and faster, we are actually slowly and steadily making the animal feed laced with steroids so that this chicken, these pigs, this grow fast. And doing so, what did we do? We make their bones not grow, meat grow. So if the bones are not growing, there is no bone marrow. If bone marrow is not there, these poor animals cannot fight any diseases. So hence viral infections start happening. So if it is chicken, it is bird flu. If it is pig, it is swine flu. If it is cow, it is mad cow. That's why I said match the following. And no one wants to talk about this. Unluckily, we all thought we'll have some tigers, lions, elephants to show next generations these were the animals that were left in our jungles. But these infections started killing even those animals. We had to close our Mysore Zoo for a month. And no doctor, no scientist, no politician wants to admit this. We continue to produce chicken farms, we continue to produce pig farms, we continue to produce. And can you believe this nonsense that human race is doing? We are burning these sick animals and birds in thousands, lakhs, crores of them because they have been having these viral infections. One side we keep burning them because we cannot contain them otherwise. As we speak, the human race is burning this chicken, this pig, these cows, somewhere or the other on this planet. And we are all okay with it. We are all okay with it. Can you believe this nonsense? This is not food production. We are producing sickness in the name of rice, in the name of wheat, in the name of meat, in the name of government is having schemes to distribute these materials as food. Andas, eggs, milk, rice. Why are they so much interested? Because they want to push material. So directly and indirectly, these corporates want all of us to be sick and keep taking tablets. One direct evidence I will give you. On DD channel, a doctor comes and announces, Indians have more heart attacks than Americans. I was shocked. I said, how come even today, though a lot of Indians are eating meat, not like Americans, they consume minimum of 0.75 kilos to 1 kilo meat per day, average. Why? They should have more heart attacks, not us. But the next frame, the same doctor says, the reason Americans take their tablets every day, Indians do not take their tablets. That means he is having sales pitch. Hey, you fools, start taking tablets daily. And hello doctor programs, mushrooming like anything. Come to us, we'll give you tablets. Come to us, we'll give you tablets. What kind of people we are? And simple thing it is here. Very simple thing. So you can control glucose entry into your blood systemically I say. So the food that you eat, if it regulates the blood getting glucose, slowly and steadily, not more than 2 grams, 3 grams, 5 grams. So 35 years ago, I realized if we have something going into our mouth which can control glucose entering our blood, takes long time, 7 hours, 8 hours. Then we have the jackpot. This is the ultimate story. So if what goes into our mouth has this wonderful technology of controlling sugar entering the blood system. So it is the regulation of the glucose that is the most important thing for human beings to be healthy. All these guys are thinking of sickness, BP, cancer, diabetes, this, that, all that, and then circus. This is that, I will do this, I'll put this tablet, big technologies. Absolutely nonsense, because if I have the control here, I'm done. And then along with it, if I have something that cleans up the whole system daily by day. So what is required? A fibrous material along with it. So now if I have a grain which has glucose, we need glucose, but it should be released slowly. See the design. So now I need fiber interwoven with this carbohydrate, not like rice where so-called fiber is on the top layer. Once you polish, everything is gone, you are left with polycarbohydrate, complex carbohydrates. The wheat, only 1 gram, again gone. So wheat cannot be our food, rice cannot be our food. Of course meat and eggs are no food at all, because they are the last stopgap arrangements that we produce if we have excess of glucose. So the last thing cannot be the first thing. So you cannot eat from the back end. So this is the logic that I recognized 35 years back. So we need to design something, and then can I produce this? God has already produced. And look at the wonderful things that our ancestors ate. All over the world, people ate only this wonderful C4 Siri Dhanya. I named them because these fellows are very intelligent, these corporate fellows. Piglet, booklet, chicklet, omelette, like that. In the mills they got these seeds, they don't want this to be recognized. This is millet. In the mill, there are small things they are throwing away. So millet. Even your brainwashing starts from there. Named. That's why I keep telling everyone, don't use the word millet. Use Siri Dhanya, because this is the grain which God has designed for us to be healthy. It has, all these wonderful grains have 8 to 12.5% fiber. I have recognized 5 grains. And most of the so-called scientists, agriculture scientists keep talking. These are high fiber foods. These fellows are stupidest fellows on this planet, because there is nothing like high fiber. It is the amount of fiber, right amount of fiber we need. It's because these guys have made us eat this so-called low fiber food, these things became high fiber food. It's all relative. In fact, these are not high fiber foods. These are the right amount of fiber for human gut. This is the most important point I want to stress. Now and then I just cannot understand the foolishness of this corporate. They are not foolish. They are smart. They are trying to scheme and brainwash us every step. Already propaganda has started saying that these things are going to create goiter to you. Thyroid problem. Thyroid and goiter are two different things. In fact, I have cured hundreds of goiter patients, making them eat this wonderful 5 grains. Why do they cure? Because they give you glucose in small quantities, very regulated way, because they are interwoven with this wonderful fiber units, and the fiber that is getting out slowly comes and coats